Welcome back, Tigers, to another episode of the Tiger Sports Report. I'm Cody Ike, joined alongside my co-host, Braden Woodall. Bray, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We're joined alongside Kane Wilbert and Jaden Stewart. How y'all doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing good.
That's great to hear. Today we'll be talking about some NFL football, mainly the draft and some of the postseason recap, or what's going on right now in the postseason. We'll start off with you, Jaden. We'll start with the draft. What are your predictions, and what do you think is going to happen in the draft?
Gosh, probably either the Broncos or Vikings straight up. And Marvin Harrison, I highly think he'll be the first wide receiver. I don't believe that could be Neighbors and Brian Thomas. But I feel like someone will trade up to 4 probably with the Cardinals to get McCarthy. So quarterbacks 1 through 4. And I do think Nick sneaks into the first round, him and Penix. So all 6 of the quarterbacks. So I think that. And yeah, I think it's probably top 10 picks, all offense. And defense just falls down, but yeah.
Very offensive heavy draft, Kane.
For sure. I think, everyone knows who's going first overall, obviously.
Who?
It's Caleb Williams. But it does put a frown on my face, but Marvin Harrison's definitely going to be the first non-quarterback off the board. But I really, really hope someone trades up, and I think they can get an absolute snag in Neighbors or Thompson. A little bias, obviously, but I think both of them, the assets they have as an athlete alone makes them an incredible, addition to any receiving room. So, but like you guys have already said, offense is going to dominate this draft for sure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think Caleb's going to go 1, obviously, and I think whoever drafts J.J. McCarthy, the GM will be fired in 3 years, because I don't think he's going to – I think his ceiling is like a prime Derek Carr. Yeah. So kind of buns.
That's more of a Purdy.
That's my thing with JJ is everybody didn't think he was going to do that good, and then I don't even know what happened, but he just started skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Actually, a cryptocurrency just went to the actually became.
What happened was his coach became a receiver in the NFL. His coach became a coach in the NFL.
But they knew that was gonna. They knew that was happening.
Right,
his stock still was
But also they have the 5th pick in the draft, so it's a fun thing to believe. I'm still gonna get to play for Harbaugh, and Harbaugh gets his guy back. But that's just the wrong choice.
Yeah.
It's so obvious too. I feel like everyone knows that the Michigan offense was primarily through the run. They ran 77% of the time.
Yeah,
that is.
Unreal.
There's not even that much film for JJ McCarthy. He threw the ball 5 times a game.
Yeah,
there's just nothing there, in my opinion.
That's just the thing. He did great at the combine. It's just not very much tape to look back on.
Yeah,
he has the skills and stuff. It's just, it's a risk. Just like Trey Lance, you didn't see very much playing time. So they're just taking a risk on the skills and hoping it pans out.
Yeah, I also think Drake May's going to go 2. And I think the Jets will draft a quarterback with their 2nd pick in the second round, because, Aaron Rodgers is getting up there in age. And so even if he does great this year, he's still 40 years old. So I think they might take either Penix or Bo Nix.
You think he's going to drop that far?
Yeah,
Penix.
Yeah, I could get Rattler maybe.
I think one of them.
I know how much you love him.
Oh God,
no, garbage. But I think either Nix or Penix will drop in the second round. At least one of them will, I think. But
probably, I think it's more likely to be Bo. The only downside I see on Penix is maybe his he could get hurt. I think
injury.
I think that's the main thing, because he's known to be injury, and the way he plays, he's going to get hurt. That's the only way I see him dropping, because skill wise, he's insane.
Yeah,
and if he's healthy, he's gonna be a dog. He's so insane. He's really good.
I think Penix is the biggest boom or bust in the draft, because obviously he has the tools as an athlete to be an insane quarterback. His arms are down to his knees, and his hands are 12 inches. You know what I mean? He's massive, and he's a great quarterback, but he's had 4 torn ACLs. You know what I mean? That's the red flag of all red flags for any athlete. Yeah. So just real boom or bust potential.
What did we ever figure out what that picture was with his his shoulder elbow right here?
It's just
that's
some
Jane
Daniels. Yeah, it's just a weird.
That's
his elbow is fine. Yeah. His elbow is fine. It's just a weird picture. I'm biased, obviously, but I'm still pretty high on Jaden Daniels. I think he could be.
I feel like he could go number 2 instead of May.
No chance.
I don't know if he's number 2.
No chance.
I think he's better than Drake May, but I don't think that the GMs around the league see him as better than Drake May. because of the way he plays. I mean, he's a mobile quarterback, and that
definitely not better than Drake May.
typically doesn't translate well to the draft. He's the Heisman, but
does not matter.
if you like watch him, I think he has, other than Caleb Williams, like he passes the eye test the most, in my opinion. So I would love to see a team be able to pick him up and him make a name for himself in the NFL.
I'm seeing some head shaking over here from Bray.
Yeah, I disagree. I think Drake May and Caleb Williams are like by far A+ on the eye test. A+ passed with sparkling colors. You know what I mean? Didn't miss a single question. But Jaden Daniels has a little bit of question marks around him. But I think I agree with Jaden. I think the Vikings or Broncos might trade up for him, and I do have him higher than McCarthy. But I have him at my QB maybe like 3, maybe 4. I'm pretty high on Bo Nix. I think he'll.
Didn't Jaden get the highest rating out of the QBs?
I don't know.
I mean,
I think he got the highest.
He won the Heisman.
Yeah, I think he got the highest rating. Well,
I don't know.
I mean, he won the Heisman, but like still, like you would think like someone like Caleb would have a higher like draft. I think Caleb.
Oh, okay. No, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I think his was like 95.
Like for a score or something.
Yeah.
No, he was really, really good this year. Like, even, I know Bray's gonna be like, oh, he was playing Navy and whoever else, but like he was like incredible when you watch him do the things he does. And he is a dog. I mean, he was getting blown up like week in, week out. It became a meme how hard he was getting hit.
Gets like a Looney Tunes.
Yeah, that's what people say. But he got back. I mean, he only missed one half of football all year, and we would have won that game against Bama if he didn't get hurt. That's my hottest take that I'm always fighting against. But I love Jaden Daniels. I think he's the number 2 quarterback, and I think I'm very outspoken on that. But I guess we'll see.
I mean, yeah, that's really just a future. No one can really argue that other than time.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys would like to add?
Nope.
Alrighty. Well, that's all we have for this segment, guys. We'll see you next in the NBA segment.
Right now, get $200 from TTCU Federal Credit Union when you open a new checking account with direct deposit. What would you buy with $200?
Cars, race cars, my own apartment, 100 coloring books, and a puppy.
Or maybe some groceries and a tank of gas. $200 for whatever works for you from TTCU, because life is better in balance.
Welcome back, Tigers, to the second segment of the Tiger Sports Report podcast. I'm Cody Ike, and we're joined alongside Aiden Roden and JoJo David for the NBA segment. How are y'all doing?
Pretty good. I'm great.
Alrighty. Well, Bray's got the playoff bracket for us, and we're going to basically give him our predictions and everything like that. So who we got for which matchup?
All right, I got it right here. So we're going to start off with like the play-in for the West, okay? So who do y'all got, Golden State or Sacramento?
Golden State. Sacramento. Golden State.
I'm sorry. The team is just my bad.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead. Explain.
The team is just so dysfunctional. I mean, I know like Kevon Looney like 2 years ago, like he was kind of their guy, but he's kind of developed into like a not whatsoever. He can't get boards. I don't think Domantas Sabonis, see what he's averaging this year, like a double, insane on the rebounds. I think he just destroys Looney. They don't have like a true big man on that team. And I don't know Curry and Clay, it's Splash Brothers, but I think that era is coming to an end. I'm not gonna doubt Steve Kerr because anything is possible, and I could see the Warriors winning, but I'm gonna lean towards the Kings to get that win.
I am also gonna say the Kings are going to win this one as well. I was leaning on either one because, meeting Steph Curry in any playoff format is kind of a dangerous thing, other than the finals. But I think the Kings are going to take this one because they lost last year in the first round to the Warriors. So I think they're going to get the revenge here and beat the Warriors.
So that'll mean they play the loser of Los Angeles Lakers and the Pelicans.
And I think that one's obviously the Lakers.
You think Lakers are going to lose?
No, I think the Lakers are going to win.
So Lakers win, move on, they get the 7th seed. I think we all agree to that.
Yeah, Lakers
right?
get the 7th seed, and then that would mean New Orleans and the Kings play for the 8th seed.
So do we all think that the Lakers are going to beat the Pelicans?
Yeah. I think the Lakers are going to. I think the Lakers will beat the Pelicans, and then I think that the Kings will beat the Lakers.
Okay, so that would make
what?
I mean, the Kings will beat the Pelicans. My fault.
You're good. I was confused.
So that will make OKC versus the Kings.
Yes.
In the first
round.
round.
We all agree with that, right? Or do you think Do you think Pelicans going to beat Kings?
No, I think the Kings would beat the Pelicans for sure.
I think I agree with that.
And then OKC's beating the Kings after that, if you ask me.
I agree.
I 100%. The OKC, it's might as well not even televise it.
Okay, so then Clippers versus Dallas.
Clippers. Okay. I think Clippers have it. If their guys can stay healthy, I know we talk about playoff P, Harden, Westbrook in the playoffs. if you have Kawhi in the
Yeah.
Kawhi's probably one of the biggest X factors in the NBA when it comes to having that piece on your team in the playoffs. I think that they get it done in 6 games against the Mavs. And the Mavs had a really good team this year. I want to see them go far, but just to see these 2 teams play in the first
I
round.
see it going to 7. I got the Clippers as well.
Yeah, I have Clippers in 7. I just love to see the Clippers Mavericks rematch. It's classic every year.
I think it's going to be the Clippers in 6 or 7 also, unless they trash talk Luka at any point in the game.
Yeah.
Because Luka in the playoffs, Luka in the regular season is a monster. But I think the only reason the Clippers are going to win is because of Kawhi Leonard. James Harden sucks in the playoffs. Paul George isn't. I mean, looking at his numbers, he's not the worst.
Yeah.
He's not the worst.
Yeah.
But James Harden is terrible. I'm taking Devontae Graham over James Harden.
And I think this is the most difficult one in the West. Timberwolves or Phoenix?
I got the Wolves.
I got Phoenix.
I'm going to take Phoenix.
I got Phoenix.
I think that if the Timberwolves had Cat, I think they get this one. But I think just that team is really young. I mean, Anthony Edwards is a top 5 player in the NBA this year, undoubtedly.
I think Cat will be back for the playoffs. I think he's just not.
But I don't know.
100%.
Just throwing him in there, I don't think they're going to win. I think Gobert's not going to play too crazy. I think defensively going to be great, but offensively he's not going to really be hitting the same. I mean, they got good pieces like Jaden McDaniels and everybody, but I don't think they're. I mean, Nas Reed too. I don't know if the bench is that deep. Nas Reed's a freaking dog, dude. But I just don't think that the Timberwolves can match the Suns, considering they have Devin Booker, KD, and Beal.
Devin Booker's not really a good decision maker down the stretch. Their team isn't very.
Yeah,
but if you have KD just in general, I
think the Suns have everything it takes to beat the Timberwolves. But no one's gonna stop KD. But if your best bet is, Jaden McDaniels is an insanely good perimeter defender.
They got KD. Well, we got Jaden McDaniels.
Exactly.
I would say I'm gonna take Suns in 7. I think that was a really close one.
Suns in
but
7.
I think Timberwolves definitely learn from it, and I think just because they're a young team, that's what I would say.
The next one will be Nuggets and Lakers.
Nuggets.
I got Nuggets, but
Nuggets.
I
got Nuggets in 5.
I got
Nuggets
Nuggets.
in
I got
4.
Nuggets in 6.
Yeah, I got Nuggets sweeping them.
So
Nuggets in 5. LeBron's not getting swept.
No disrespect to LeBron, but I just don't think that team is.
We're gonna go to the play-in for the East. So who do y'all got? Chicago or Atlanta?
This is kind of like a pointless game.
Atlanta.
Yeah, whoever.
I'm gonna take Atlanta. I think Atlanta can be
Who
another.
will be the first round exit?
Yeah.
I just can't bet on Chicago. Yeah, first round exit battle.
And then Philadelphia or Miami?
Cool,
Philly.
man. Miami. I'm sorry,
I'm
Miami.
going Philly. I'm going Philly.
I gotta go
Tyrese Maxey is so good.
Tyrese Maxey is
I
a
want to
dog.
believe. I want to believe so much in Miami, but
I love Jimmy Butler, baddest.
they have a better team. Tyrese Maxey's proved that he can step up whenever it matters, and Embiid's the best player in basketball.
But that don't matter because it would be Chicago versus Miami, and
Miami's
taking Miami.
Yeah,
in that,
Miami's
Miami
winning
in
that one.
So it will be Celtics versus Heat, first round.
And I'm getting the Heat.
I would take the Heat in that one.
Heat, that'd be crazy.
The worst matchup the Celtics can
all
get
the
easily.
Jason Tatum chatter will go straight down. That'd be crazy.
Are you not a big Jason Tatum guy?
I don't mind. I just
His
think,
flaming hot Ruffles chips.
Yeah, they're good, bro. But I just think he's just the best player on one of the most stacked teams in the league.
Yeah.
I think he has a lot of help around him.
Yeah.
But I will be going with the Celtics in 7.
That's fair.
My thing is, I think the Heat will win just because, first, they're flustered from last year. Yeah. Even though they started the rally, they're flustered from last year still. And the the Jason Tatum talk, it's the same thing every year. I feel like it skyrockets. He's going to win the MVP.
His fault.
And then it falls off. Okay. That's my thing.
Yeah.
So that another great first round matchup, Cleveland or Orlando.
I'm taking Cleveland.
I'm going Cavs.
I'm taking Cavs.
Magic are just I'm taking the Cavs in 6. Cavs are just a really well built team.
Actually,
they got the twin. They got those 2 huge towers. They got Jared Allen. They got Evan Mobley. Good guards, good defense.
Garland,
I think they were going to be good. Isaac Okoro, good perimeter defender. I think they're good. I think the Magic just need time.
But
they are a really good young team. Oh, Dr. Seuss, insane.
Milwaukee or Indiana?
Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana.
Sorry, I got
I'm going
Indiana.
Milwaukee in 5.
The way that
Milwaukee in 5.
For like 5 years.
Milwaukee in 5.
If you have truly watched the Bucks play,
I think when it comes
that
playoff time, it'll be all right. It'll be all right.
You put Damian Lillard and Giannis on a team, bro.
Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam.
How many
a
games do
good
you
duo.
have the Pacers beating the Bucks?
It's 7. It's going
In
strong.
seven?
I think that that's going to be such a sleeper game. I promise.
It will be a
If you're
good
watching the
series.
Pacers, Halliburton's going to be like he's going to be another one of the best pure passers. Probably he is the best pure passer in the NBA.
We'll see.
Most unselfish player. I think the team is really good, really well coached, and I just think the Bucks, the way they played this year, they haven't really kind of found how to work it between Giannis and Dame with their other pieces. So I think it's going to go to 7. I got Pacers winning.
And
But that's
then-
like my wild card.
Yeah, I got Milwaukee in 5, but then I think there's another intriguing matchup: New York or Philly. I got Philly.
Philly.
I got Philly.
Yeah.
you gotta go
Joel
Philly
Embiid's back.
there.
I got Philly. Philly in
Yeah.
6.
Julius Rambrizi.
If it was not for Julius Randle,
What if he
I would say the Knicks.
turn back the clock?
Yeah,
But I'm
Philly.
going to say just because I don't have the 76ers winning. I have the
Knicks.
I don't. I
Oh.
had the Heat
Yeah.
making it
Yeah.
over them. But however it works. Wait, no.
No,
Yeah, I
you-
would have
yeah.
76ers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. I would have the Heat at the 7. I'd have the Sixers at the 8. But if we're talking about that way, I would still take the 76ers over the Knicks just because I think that Randall's not going to show up. But I mean, dude, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Brunson, those guys have been balling out this year. Mitchell Robinson, they have a really good team. But I think just due to like some players that lack in the playoffs, Julius Randle, I think they lose. But I can see that one. I'd take that one to 7 too.
Julius
6 or
Randle's
7
crying.
with the Sixers.
Crying after
Great
seeing this
take.
podcast.
I think-
Or if they play Heat, I think Heat win.
They're both frauds. Both
wins.
I
teams are
just,
frauds.
I just don't think anyone can stop Joel.
He's a
That
fraud in
team's-
the playoffs.
Yep.
I mean, Isaiah Hartenstein's been play really good this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson's a dog.
He's black.
dog.
He's black.
Actual
Freaking
dog.
dog. Yeah, Brunson is insane too.
One of my favorite players in the league, but Joel's gonna in their series this round.
Only reason I wouldn't be commenting on the Sixers is just because like Embiid doesn't play too much, but that doesn't really matter. He's still one of the best top 2 center in the NBA. Not better than Jokic personally, but
He's better.
Yeah, he is probably
Oh.
better recently.
Aiden, I hope you're on my side with this one.
I've been being swayed by Jokic more and more every season, but I got to give it to Embiid.
I think Bam's better than both
wow.
of them.
Like,
Wow, that is.
Jokic is a much better passer in the same way that Embiid's a better defender. It's like the gap
That's
is
fair.
pretty close.
Well, is that all we have, Bray?
That's the first round. Yep.
That's the first round. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for joining along. We got everybody's takes. This will be fun to look back at.
Yes.
I don't know how the time works up with that, if we'll be able to look back at it. But that's all we have for this. We'll see you guys in the next segment.
Recently, you've had to put your life on hold, and we're with you in this. At Ascension St. John, we're now open for appointments, and we are fully prepared for your safety and our care. As we open our doors again, our doctors, nurses, and care teams will continue to wear personal protective equipment. We've taken even more steps to clean and stringently disinfect all areas. We will maintain distancing in our waiting rooms, and will continue to limit visitors. And we will still screen all staff to protect their health and yours. Our emergency rooms are here 24/7. Please do not delay care. We're still delivering babies and performing surgeries. And we're open for your appointments, from specialists and surgical care to routine care and health screenings. Ask us about virtual visits. Ascension St. John continues to care for you, as we have been for almost a century. Thank you for trusting us.
Welcome back, Tigers, to the third segment of the Tiger Sports Report podcast. I'm Cody Eichten. We're joined alongside Austin Randall and Kimberly Foster. How y'all doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
I'm doing fantastic.
That's amazing to hear. We'll be talking about some women's college basketball here. The season just finished up, just not too long ago, my bad. And we'll just be talking about the overall, probably just mainly the Final Four and just the prime players there. So we'll start off with you, Austin.
I think Caitlin Clark was outstanding in her final game, but she just can't carry the entire team on her back.
Yeah.
South Carolina is too stacked at all the positions, and they capped off a perfect season. It's hard to beat that.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
have a stacked team like that.
35-0, something like that. You
It
can't
was
beat it.
30-something now,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I think with like Caitlin Clark, like she was phenomenal. Like there's nothing more that she could have done. I think she put her heart on the line and just like put it all out there. And now that she's going to the WNBA, I completely think Iowa's going to be a completely different thing, like different team, different like it's just different. And I think that they're definitely going to fall apart without Caitlin Clark.
agreed. Yeah.
Like they're like it's just definitely going to be very, very different.
My thing with Caitlin Clark is the same thing Austin said. You can't carry a team that much because, I mean, I only know like the best players in the WNBA, And I mean, Caitlin Clark would probably be up there already. With the moment she
MVP
gets drafted.
her rookie year.
Exactly, like she might actually. So that's my thing with like looking at that. It kind of reminds me of people who are like, what's the worst NBA player you think can carry a college 16 seed? And I mean, like she did pretty good. She did as much as she could without winning the whole thing, but she was also playing the best team in the entire bracket.
Agreed. Dude, like 35-0, you can't beat it. They're just the best team. I had my college women's March Madness bracket was awful. Let me start with that. I had OU going all the way. I'm a homer, so I had to go with OU. And
They were
the
1 seed though in there.
Yeah, I think they're like the 4 seed. I think, but I had OU beating South Carolina. And that was a terrible decision to make.
That's what I watched that game. That's what I'm getting confused with. They were the 1 seed.
I had a terrible decision to make. But I also had Iowa going to the final, and I had I had OU beating Iowa in the final, and that obviously complete opposite happened. Okay, so but it's hard to beat. Caitlin Clark's going to be the best player in the WNBA day one. It's going to be the most watched WNBA game ever, her debut. And Indiana's getting a star. I think out of every sport ever, the best prospect out of every sport, Caitlin Clark is like the best prospect coming out of college. I genuinely think that.
I mean, I wasn't around there during the Kareem days, but she probably, like, especially modern day, definitely, 100%. The only one is Kareem. That's the only one I could think of that's
Kareem, Joe Burrow, maybe.
Joe Burrow was pretty big, but even Joe Burrow wasn't
Victor
as big.
Wembanyama and LeBron. I mean, I think Caitlin Clark's still above all of them. Like really, like out of like in their own respective sport, I think Caitlin Clark just completely dominates all of the other number 1 overall picks in WNBA history.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. It's like every time I turned on anything, she was the main topic of it. And I mean, it's like, how do you guys keep talking about her and everything like that? Like they would show us some highlight. I'm like, okay, cool. The fact that she can just do what she did, like to break the all-time points record. She just pulled that.
Literally.
Like what's like that's what I mean. Like she's insane.
Yeah, that's like unreal to like women's college basketball fanatics. You know, I mean, like they're absolutely glazing over that. But I think that, like this is like the best WNBA draft class we've seen in forever. I think, and Caitlin Clark is still the number 1 pick. Not even question. Not even close. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny because this NBA draft coming up, I think, is the worst I've ever seen.
It's pretty bad.
And so WNBA, women's college basketball is on the up, and I love to see it. Love to see it every day.
Yeah, definitely. Like the viewership and just like the rankingship has like boosted so much, and like it's completely changed the game for women's sports. I think in any sport like basketball or hockey, I don't know, just like anything. I think over the past like couple of years, especially with Caitlin Clark, she's just completely changed the game for women, and it's so much viewership to them.
The WNBA is going to skyrocket in viewership, especially since Caitlin Clark is headed to the WNBA. The finals game was the most watched, one of the highest watched sports things going on.
Of the year probably. Yeah, it was more viewed than the men's finals.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Well, is that all you guys have to say?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, we'll be kicking it to Gentry and Cherish, where they'll be interviewing some varsity tennis players over there.
For families who like to build their wealth while staying liquid, we have flexible rate CDs to keep your funds working hard, even when you're not. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. The right balance.
Hey everyone, welcome to the final segment of the Tiger Sports Report. I'm Cherish Booth, joined alongside my co-host Gentry Weston and a Lady Tiger tennis player, Avery Jones. Let's start off with some questions. Gentry?
Avery, how long have you been playing tennis?
I've been playing tennis since the 6th grade when I could practice with Broken Arrow, and then I've been competing for Broken Arrow since 7th grade.
And how did you get into playing tennis?
I got into playing tennis when Forest Ridge offered like a triathlete camp, and that was probably elementary school. And tennis was just the only sport that stuck with me through that. And we got to play tennis, golf, and swimming.
What's a goal you set for yourself and have overcame in your tennis career?
A goal I set for myself every year is to make it to state and be satisfied with the way I've played this season. And I feel like every year I accomplish that, and I just am content with how I've played that season. And this year I'm excited to see how far I get.
How have your teammates and coaches impacted you in your tennis career?
My teammates and coaches have been a big part of why I like to play tennis, and I've made a lot of friendships playing tennis, and ones that I feel like I'll have forever. And the coaches just instill a lot of confidence in us, and they're really helpful, and they always support us.
What's advice you would give to an underclassman either coming into tennis or already on the tennis team?
Advice I would give underclassmen is just to stick with it through the hard days and have confidence in themselves. It's really easy to lose confidence in tennis, and so if they just keep the positive talk in their head, I think they can go really far.
And last question, what can Tiger fans expect from the rest of this tennis season?
So far, we're doing really good this season, and I can't wait to see how we do at regionals and state, which is coming up in the next week, so watch out for that.
So now that we've learned some about you, me and Gentry have these cards. This one says best hair. So we want you to name your teammates that match these cards. Okay, so who has the best hair?
Best hair on the team, I would say, is Maddie Turley. She always has a good slick back ponytail, and it looks really nice.
Best singer?
Avery Armstrong really loves to sing, and she's good at it. So,
okay, you can also say yourself for these. I forgot to say that. Most likely to be late.
That's probably me. I'm always showing up to the bus right on time and rushing. So,
who's the funniest?
I feel like we're all funny and we all like to joke with each other, but Marley and Mia are pretty funny.
Okay. Who is the dynamic duo?
Marley and Maddie. They're always together, and they play doubles sometimes, so it's really fun to watch them.
Best leader?
Marley, she's our other captain. Me and her are captains, and she does a really good job stepping forward and taking charge and being a good leader.
Okay, who is the loudest?
Maddie Turley.
Okay. Who is the best sportsmanship?
London. She has played tennis for a long time, and I feel like she's just really nice on the court, and it's really fun to watch her play.
Oh, this one's upside down. Who has the best car?
Mia Matson has a pretty nice car. She just started driving, and she has a good car.
Who is the best smile?
I think we all have pretty smiles. I don't know. Okay. Everybody on the team.
Who is the hardest worker?
London Walker. She puts in a lot of time into tennis.
She's super sweet. Who's best dressed?
Oh, best dressed. Marley. She always has cute outfits at tennis.
Who is the social butterfly?
I don't know. Maybe London or Mia. They're really talkative, and they love to talk to the other teams at tournaments.
This kind of goes with that one. Who has the best energy?
Actually, Maddie Turley. She's always hype about everything and loud. So,
who is the most dependable?
The most dependable, probably London. She's always there, and if you have any questions about tennis, she'll answer them.
Best dancer?
Mia. She loves making TikToks. She's always making TikToks.
Okay. Who is the most photogenic?
Oh my gosh. The whole team.
Okay. Well, Tiger fans, that looks like the end of this episode of the Tiger Sports Report. Thanks for watching.